My name is Jennifer, and I am 45 years old. I am married to my husband, Arnold, who is 47 years old. We have been together for 20 years, sharing a long journey filled with struggles and success. We also have a wonderful son named Michael, who brings great happiness to our lives. I am a businesswoman who built a billion-dollar company from nothing. I worked tirelessly every single day, facing challenges with courage and determination. People often said I was lucky, and they always described Arnold as the perfect husband. For many years, I believed the same. But recently, I discovered a painful truth that changed everything. Arnold has been hiding a secret family. He has a 12-year-old daughter with another woman. At the same time, I am now fighting late-stage cancer, and the doctors say I only have 3 months to live. With the time I have left, I am determined to make sure Arnold receives nothing from everything I built. The day my life changed forever, the doctor looked at me with deep sadness in his eyes. He gently said, "Miss Jennifer, you have blood cancer. It is in the late stage." For a moment, my mind felt numb, and everything around me seemed to spin, but I forced myself to stay calm. I quietly asked him how much time I had left. Adjusting his glasses, he explained that I might live for 3 months with basic treatment, or perhaps 6 months with stronger medical care. I simply nodded and accepted the news. Without showing my fear, I walked out of the doctor's office. Outside, Arnold quickly came toward me with a worried expression. He asked softly, "Jennifer, my love, what did the doctor say?" His eyes were full of concern, and I looked at the face I had loved for 20 years. I remembered how he had once been a poor storage worker before becoming a successful CEO, and I had supported him through every step of that journey. I believed I knew everything about him, but I was wrong. Instead of telling him the truth, I calmly said that it was nothing serious, only low blood sugar. Arnold looked surprised, as if he expected me to cry or show fear. He gently insisted on driving me home and told me that my health was the most important thing. During the drive, Arnold kept talking about our love and the difficult times we had faced together. His voice was full of emotion, but I barely heard his words. My mind was lost in the shocking discovery I had made just 30 minutes earlier. Before visiting the doctor, we had been sitting in our living room. Arnold went upstairs to our bedroom to get his car keys and accidentally left his phone on the table. Without thinking, I picked up his phone, and the screen suddenly lit up. What I saw froze my heart: a family photo showing Arnold standing beside a teenage girl and a middle-aged woman. They were smiling together like a happy family. In that moment, my world quietly shattered. They were standing in front of a beautiful lake house, the same lake house I had bought for Arnold 3 years earlier. He had always told me he went there to relax and find peace. Now I realized this was his idea of relaxing. At that moment, my body went cold. I froze completely and felt like I could not breathe. For 18 years, I had worked day and night to build our wealth and secure our future, while he had secretly built another family behind my back the entire time. My heart shattered with pain. I had never checked my husband's phone before because I trusted him completely, but he had broken that trust in the worst possible way. That very night, I sent a message to my assistant. I ordered her to quickly investigate a woman around 40 years old who had a teenage daughter and was somehow connected to Arnold. The next morning, she called me with the results. She explained that the woman's name was Linda, and she was 41 years old. She had once worked at my company about 18 years ago but left her job after giving birth to a baby girl named Anna Arnold. Hearing this made my heart stop. The girl carried Arnold's last name. With a trembling voice, I asked if she had confirmed the truth through a DNA test. My assistant replied that the result was 99.99% certain. Anna was definitely his daughter. My hands began to shake as I asked another question: where had Arnold gotten the money to buy the lake house? My assistant revealed that Arnold had actually purchased the property 4 years earlier, but it was registered in Linda's name. He had also been sending her $5,000 every month. Even more shocking, Anna studied at an expensive private school that cost $90,000 a year, and Arnold paid all the expenses. I could hardly believe what I was hearing. $90,000, that amount was equal to 3 months of my company's profit, money I had nearly sacrificed my life to earn. Trying to control my anger and heartbreak, I told my assistant to send me all the documents immediately and to contact my lawyer without delay. My lawyer arrived quickly, and I handed him my medical report. Then I gave him the complete files about Arnold, Linda, and Anna. As he read the documents, he slammed his hand on the table in anger and called Arnold a terrible man. I calmly told him not to waste time on anger because I needed to prepare my will. Looking straight at him with determination, I explained that all my wealth would be placed into a special fund. I told my lawyer clearly, only my grandchild will receive everything. He looked shocked and paused for a moment. Then I explained firmly, only the child of my son, Michael, can inherit my wealth. I don't care whether Michael is married or not. Just confirm the child's identity through a DNA test. The lawyer hesitated and tried to remind me that Michael was still young and not even married yet, but I looked straight into his eyes and said, "Write exactly what I told you." He slowly nodded and began to write. I continued giving my instructions, telling him that he would manage all my money until my grandchild turned 25 years old. Until then, no one else would be allowed to touch it, especially not Arnold, and certainly not his secret daughter. The lawyer smiled confidently and promised that as long as he was alive, no one would ever break my will. That same night, I finally told Arnold the truth about my illness. I calmly said that I had late-stage cancer and that I had, at most, 6 months left to live. Arnold immediately broke down in tears. His eyes filled with sorrow, and he insisted that he would take me to America for the best treatment. I simply smiled and agreed. After that day, Arnold began acting like the perfect husband. He came home on time every evening, cooked healthy soup for me, and tried constantly to make me happy. He took me to doctor appointments, carefully managed my medicines, and showed great concern for my health. He even bought me a black Ford car and lovingly told me that when I recovered, we would travel around the world together. I looked at him with affection, but deep inside, I quietly laughed. I could only think about what a great actor he had become. Later, Arnold even sold the lake house, but his secret family was still part of his life. My assistant informed me that Linda and her daughter Anna had moved into a better apartment with a monthly rent of $3,000, which Arnold continued to pay. Anna was also transferred to an even more expensive school, and Arnold visited them more often than before, only more secretly. He believed I was too weak and sick to notice anything. Every day, he played his role perfectly, showing love and care in every action. Sometimes, his behavior was so convincing that I almost believed his sincerity. But then I would remember the photograph, the image of him smiling with his hidden family, and my heart would fill with anger and bitterness once again. As 2.5 months passed, my body grew weaker with each day, while Arnold appeared more caring and attentive than ever before. One day, something unexpected happened. Anna, Arnold's daughter, came to visit me at our house. Later, I learned that her mother had sent her to check on my condition. As she walked through the house, her eyes moved from one expensive object to another, filled with clear curiosity and hidden greed. She looked around carefully, as if she were already imagining everything as her own. With a polite smile, she told me that her father talked about me all the time. I calmly asked her if that was true, and she simply smiled in return. In that moment, I understood everything without needing to hear more. 3 weeks later, I passed away peacefully. At my funeral, Arnold cried loudly, as if his whole world had been destroyed. He stood beside my grave with tears in his eyes, acting like a heartbroken husband who had lost the love of his life. To everyone watching, he appeared full of sorrow and regret. However, only 1 month after my death, the truth began to reveal itself. Anna went to my lawyer's office carrying a DNA test report. She confidently demanded her share of my wealth, believing she had the right to claim it. The lawyer greeted her calmly, but as he explained the contents of my will, Arnold's face suddenly turned pale. The lawyer politely said that according to my final wishes, only the child of my son Michael could inherit my fortune. Angry and frustrated, Anna slammed the DNA test on the desk and insisted that the document proved she was Arnold's daughter. The lawyer nodded and acknowledged that the test was real, but he calmly explained that it made no difference. She was not Michael's child, and Michael was my only son. Therefore, she had no claim to my wealth. A heavy silence filled the room. In that moment, Arnold finally understood everything. He realized that I had known the truth all along: his betrayal, his secret family, and his lies. I had carefully arranged everything so that neither he nor his hidden family would ever receive a single part of what I had built. Arnold and his daughter left the lawyer's office in silence, realizing that he had lost everything because of his betrayal. In the end, the wife he had deceived had given him the perfect revenge.